final of today. It's the women's beam. Here they come. It's always a tentative final, this. It's quite tricky to watch. It'll have you on the edge of your seat. Put you on a knife edge. Catalina Pinot leads out the women. Gold on beam in Athens, the Olympics. She's back from retirement and was looking superb in the earlier competitions, Christine.
She was, and we saw her in team final and team qualification, but she didn't do the all-around. She really was the gymnast of Athens.
Start list then. The women's beam final, the gold and silver medalists from the all-around take to the beam here. Jordan Weber and Victoria Komova. Komova first in qualification. Pinot by far the oldest competitor here, but what will that experience do for her, Christine? I mean, do you think she could be in contention for a medal? She was 5th highest qualifier.
Oh no, I think she can be in contention for sure. I do think when you've been out of competition for a long time, it's easy to get the physical skills back, harder to get the mental toughness back. But you know, she's had 3 competitions here. Sure, this is her 3rd here. She'll have taken a lot from the previous 2.
I'm looking forward to seeing Alexandra Reisman here as well, just to the left of the screen beside Weber. I mean, she's been kind of fourth as far as the individual apparatus is concerned. Be nice to see her get a medal today. She's in another piece of apparatus as well on the floor.
Yes, because she's definitely been quite a power in the American team. She quite obviously was the leader, driving them forward for the team medal, and it would be very nice to see her succeed in the individual medals as well.
Catalina Pinot for Romania, first to mount the beam here. She was gold Olympic champion back in 2004. She was 2nd at the Worlds in 2003. All's gone a bit quiet for medals since then, but she's back from retirement.
Oh, and that was an edgy start. Needed to hit a complete split and get her feet right round. Lovely layout somersault. She's usually such a positive performer. Strong in the middle. Very nicely joined. The half-turning flip straight into the flip layout. She's really going for those connections and now moving fluently. Leap into the full twisting flip. She's got a relaxed style. She keeps moving all the time. That gives the routine rhythm. Just the slightest pause there as she thinks about the free walkover. Little bit edgy. The 2 jumps, things they have to include. There's 5 things the gymnasts have to include in this routine, and that's one of them. The whistle says 10 seconds to dismount. Full twisting double back. Really big skill to dismount with. She's upped since qualification, the dismount.
Well, time will tell. There's a lot of beam gymnastics to come here with another 7 finalists, but she's set the benchmark.
It was a very good routine. She left the window open for anyone being superb, but it was a pretty good first start.
Yeah, a little sign of nerves on the very first leap, but here she recovered well. Acrobatically, she got well into the zone and produced this dismount, which was a step up on qualification. Good, strong bid.
Well, the judges are setting their standard here. They'll take a bit of time.
It's the only final for Catalina Pannor. We'll see the women's floor very shortly with Beth Tweddle. She'll be out in the warm-up gym.
Quite amazing really for Pannor to come back. She's sat out an Olympic cycle, wasn't in Beijing in 2008, 3 gold medals from 2004. So she's no doubt had to do a lot of work to come back to this level.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say 7 years, you know, that's a long time. And to come back and to challenge, to get into a final at the Worlds is one heck of an achievement.
It's always a big decision to retire, but, you know, to decide that you're going to come back, I mean, the effort, the commitment.
Well, she certainly looked serious about it. She never did work bars in the Romanian team, so she didn't work all around, but the word is that she's going to train bars again as well and look to be an all-round gymnast at the London Olympics.
Well, a difficulty score given of 5.7. That's a score of 14.241. That's the score to beat then. Doesn't look happy with that. I think she's might be querying her difficulty.
Yes, she qualified with 6.3.
This little Russian is the first of 4 16-year-olds in this final.
And wasn't one of the all-round gymnasts, so we haven't seen lots of her. Opens relatively quietly. The leap and the tuck back joint, that was a nice sheep jump. But this doesn't have that fluency, does it, here? And the little wobble after the free walkover before the back flip and layout. Just slight hesitations. Great acrobatics. Nice work on the jumps. But whereas Pannor works with the whole body, this is just a little bit static. Side somersault good. Sets for the spin. Oh, very nice technique on that. Leg held well. Better rhythm there into the free cartwheel. And she went for the change leg leap. She's meant to touch the head with the foot. The judges will have to think hard as to whether they give that difficult element. But she's hardly wobbled. Lovely double pike dismount. She really didn't give very much away in terms of deductions.
Well, she was 5.9 on difficulty in qualification, so she could potentially be up by 0.2 on Pannor.
She could indeed, and she had less wobbles.
Well, with less wobbles and a higher difficulty score, then she should be in the lead at the moment. But time will tell. Let's have another look.
But she made a decision, didn't she? She sacrificed the fluidity a little bit to be sure of every element. And I think, as Christine was saying, the judges will pick up a lack of connection, maybe. But she was very accurate.
She was very accurate. They have a deduction for lack of rhythm and lack of sureness of movement, which if they want to, they could apply that to the routine. But it's very dependent on how they view the performance.
It's a big deal when you haven't done a lot of gymnastics here to get up and do a beam routine in front of everybody with all eyes watching. So signs of, well, a lot of potential for the future, Christine.
Yeah, it was a very strong performance. You know, she did what she could do really very well. And as a coach, you would be delighted with that. She's not got the experience or the fluidity of the more mature performers, but that will come with time.
Well, there's a teammate. Come over, highest qualifier. There's just one gymnast to go for her. Well, she's gone ahead of Catalina Pannor with a score of 14.525.
The next gymnastics, representing China.
Yao Yinyan, successful so far at these World Championships. What can she do here?
Well, in qualification, she was one of 2 gymnasts that had a difficulty score of 6.4, the highest. And this is one of the reasons why. Watch here. Full twisting, tuck back somersault, just from standing. Enormously difficult. And this is another very big series. She has to be dead in line. For the straight back somersault, she is. Body beautifully upright as she lands. Good split. The judges have to see a 180-degree split on those leaps to not deduct. Didn't make any attempt to join those 2 elements. She doesn't have to, but if she does, she gets a bonus. Super height on the front somersault, ran along the beam into it. And that she performed well. It was a little wobbly in the previous competitions. Ah, you saw there, head right back, foot to touch the head. If the judges give it, which they will for that, it's an E element, one of the most difficult. Now she just has to watch her feet come down to the beam, lift up high, open for landing. That is a very strong challenge.
Let's have another look. Some more of a working slow-mo.
Well, that was good, strong work. Again, not the fluency, but very impressive acrobatics.
That's the way to start, isn't it? Just a little wobble. And then she followed it up with some incredible stuff. Front somersault, very positive, shoulders and hips square, tiny little adjustment, but this was a courageous routine. It went very well, and just a little pace here, but that is what they have to beat.
Teammates appreciating the performance.
This her only final here. Any chance of a medal, the final day of competition.
Well, she was 3rd in the all-around, and had she stayed on beam that day, she'd have probably been 1st.
So she already has a bronze. Will she hang on to that gold medal position? 15.233 is the score to beat. Sheena, silver. Victoria, come over. Gold on bars yesterday. She's the highest qualifier here. Pressure's on.
And I find this work amazing because she's so slight and elegant and yet so powerful as well. The flip into the layout and layout, really precise. She holds the middle of the body so tight. And the standing Arabian, she really performed well then because her feet were across the beam. See, she hits the split action so effortlessly and moves with good speed. Very nicely held spin straight into the free walkover. Now this is how you add your bonuses up. I don't think they'll have given the jump from the free walkover, but here the side somersault, she's fighting a little bit now. And this is important. Double spin, has to step forward, and she didn't. That she had a little error on that in the all-around, and obviously it played on her mind a bit. Very difficult element right at the end of the beam routine. Needs to land well on the dismount, the double touch, she does that, but really very disappointing for her.
Well, will the difficulty and the execution that she showed be enough to keep her in the medals? I don't think so.
No, I would be very surprised. One whole mark off when you fall, and the double spin she fell on is quite a difficult element, and she won't have got the difficulty for it.
Nice acrobatic series, and this standing Arabian is really impressive. Just a little bit in the wrong direction with knees and feet.